Roblox has been called the future of gaming, the ultimate playground for kids, and a billion-dollar empire that turned blocky avatars into Wall Street gold. But what if I told you that same playground is hiding one of the darkest scandals on the internet? What if behind the smiling ads and PR statements, Roblox has become a predator's paradise? And the company knows it? Enter Chris Hansen. Yes, that Chris Hansen. The man who spent years catching predators on live television has now turned his spotlight onto Roblox. And what he's uncovering is nothing short of explosive. Silenced whistleblowers, corporate greed, children being exposed to danger, and a CEO too cowardly to face the truth. This isn't some YouTuber making accusations for clout. This is a veteran investigator exposing a billion-dollar company for what it really is. A playground built on denial, hypocrisy, and the exploitation of its youngest players. And the worst part? Roblox would rather ban the people exposing predators than ban the predators themselves. Today, we're breaking down how Chris Hansen just blew the lid off Roblox's darkest secrets. And by the end of this video, you'll see exactly why the empire David Baszucki built is starting to crumble, one block at a time. When Chris Hansen, the guy who made To Catch a Predator a household name, sets his sights on a platform, you know it's not just about a few bad apples. It's about a rotten orchard. Roblox has been hailed as a game for kids, a creative paradise where young players can explore, build, and imagine. But what Hansen exposes flips that image upside down. Behind the cute avatars and blocky worlds, Roblox has turned into what some are calling the largest unregulated playground for predators on the internet. Think about it. Millions of kids log on daily, often unsupervised, interacting in chat rooms, private servers, and community-built games. Roblox loves to market itself as a family-friendly company, but the truth is horrifying. Hansen points out that predators don't have to dig deep. They're invited in. Chat features, roleplay servers, and even private games create hunting grounds for people who shouldn't be anywhere near children. And what's worse? Roblox knows this. Lawsuits, whistleblowers, and creators like Schlepp have been screaming about it for years. Parents report their kids being targeted. Kids themselves admit to being approached by strangers, and developers complain about lax moderation. Roblox's official response? Corporate jargon about commitment to safety, while predators slip through daily. Chris Hansen doesn't do light investigations. He does takedowns. He's documenting law enforcement raids, interviewing victims, and exposing how Roblox has failed to police itself. And this is where the controversy explodes. Roblox is not just a victim of predators. It's an enabler. Hansen is exposing the ugly truth that Roblox's entire structure, designed for engagement and profit, doubles as a predator's dream. Roblox spends millions every year on PR campaigns telling parents, investors, and lawmakers that they're committed to safety. You've seen the ads, the smiling kids, the corporate buzzwords, the reassurances that moderation is robust. But Chris Hansen's investigation rips that narrative apart. Here's the hypocrisy. Roblox bans creators like Schlepp for running sting operations to expose predators. They issue cease and desist letters claiming that vigilante behavior endangers investigations. But let's be honest. If Roblox was actually doing its job, Schlepp wouldn't have had to do theirs for them. The fact that an independent creator could catch more predators than a billion-dollar company is the definition of hypocrisy. Hansen's documentary highlights this double standard. Roblox silences whistleblowers but allows predators to slip through moderation. They act like safety advocates while simultaneously creating an ecosystem where kids are routinely targeted. They claim to be a platform for imagination, but end up being a pipeline for exploitation. And the most damning part? Roblox knows exactly what's happening. Every time a lawsuit gets filed, every time a story breaks about a child being groomed through Roblox, the company doubles down on PR instead of real change. They'd rather polish their image for Wall Street than protect their players. Hansen calls that what it is: negligence at the highest level. When Chris Hansen began digging into Roblox, he didn't just uncover predators and negligence. He exposed the black hole of leadership at the very top. And that black hole has a name: David Baszucki, the so-called visionary, the builder man who launched Roblox into a billion-dollar empire, is nowhere to be found when his platform is under fire. Think about it. Every single controversy that has rocked Roblox, predators grooming children, whistleblowers being silenced, lawsuits from parents, petitions for reform, how many times have you heard David Baszucki speak publicly about it? Not once. He hides behind bland corporate press releases written by PR teams, the same recycled lines about safety being a top priority while the house burns down. Hansen's investigation highlights that silence as more than just cowardice. It's complicity. Let's break it down. A real leader steps up when things go wrong. A real leader takes heat, answers questions, and reassures the community. Baszucki, he's the invisible man. He cashes in his stock, brags about Roblox's metaverse vision. But when children are hurt on his watch, he disappears. It's the perfect example of leadership failure. And Hansen, who has spent decades confronting predators face to face, knows exactly how to frame silence as guilt. The irony here is brutal. Roblox markets Baszucki as a visionary genius, a Steve Jobs-style innovator. But Hansen flips that narrative on its head. Baszucki isn't a visionary. He's an emperor with no clothes. He built a global empire, but refuses to acknowledge the rot inside. He loves to talk about Roblox's potential to transform the way people connect, but avoids the very real truth that the only people connecting are predators and children. Hansen's documentary makes one thing crystal clear. Roblox doesn't just have a predator problem. It has a leadership problem. And Baszucki's silence isn't just weak. It's the loudest proof that the CEO himself is part of the problem. Chris Hansen doesn't just shine a spotlight. He accelerates storms. And Roblox's storm has already begun. It started with a petition. Over 100,000 people demanding David Baszucki's resignation. That's not just noise. That's a movement. And when Hansen brings his credibility into the mix, suddenly that movement isn't just a petition, it's a potential reckoning. Petitions on their own might seem symbolic, but Hansen shows how they snowball. Parents sign them, influencers amplify them, lawmakers notice them, and before you know it, investors start sweating. Roblox isn't just a game, it's a publicly traded company. And in that world, perception is everything. If investors believe the CEO is toxic for the brand, his time at the top is limited. Travis Kalanick thought Uber couldn't survive without him. Adam Neumann thought WeWork needed him. Both were wrong. Baszucki is now standing at that same cliff. But it doesn't stop there. Hansen's documentary links the petition to something much more dangerous: lawsuits. The Louisiana Attorney General is suing Roblox, accusing the company of putting profits over children's safety. U.S. Representative Ro Khanna has stepped into the fight, demanding stricter regulations for platforms like Roblox. And Schlepp, the very creator Roblox silenced, is planning to countersue with legal backing. This is what Hansen calls the legal avalanche. Once the lawsuits begin, they don't stop. Regulators pile on. Attorneys general pile on. Suddenly, Roblox isn't just dealing with bad headlines. It's staring down government inquiries, class action lawsuits, and shareholder revolts. And when Hansen gives these movements airtime, they gain legitimacy and traction. Parents who might have dismissed Roblox drama as internet drama suddenly see it framed as systemic child exploitation. That's when politicians act. Roblox wanted to ban whistleblowers into silence. Instead, they woke up Chris Hansen. And now, the very predators they ignored are about to bring lawmakers and lawsuits crashing through their front door. Here's the bottom line. Roblox doesn't have a predator problem. It has a denial problem. And Chris Hansen just ripped the mask off. Roblox wants to act like it's a victim of circumstance, like predators magically appeared on their platform and there's nothing they could do. That's a lie. Roblox built the perfect storm for exploitation, then pretended it didn't exist. Think about the design of Roblox. Millions of underage users, unrestricted chat systems, community-run servers, and a moderation system so broken it punishes whistleblowers while predators slip through. That isn't an accident. That's a system engineered for growth at all costs. Roblox knew predators would come. They just decided the money was worth more than the risk. And Hansen's documentary drives that point home with brutal clarity. He doesn't paint Roblox as unlucky. He paints them as accomplices. Every predator who grooms a child on Roblox, every kid who gets targeted, every family scarred, it all traces back to Roblox leadership choosing denial over action. This isn't incompetence. It's willful negligence. Here's the roast. Roblox is an empire built on blocks, but those blocks are rotten. It's a company that built its brand on children's imaginations, but now its reputation is collapsing under the weight of children's trauma. David Baszucki isn't a misunderstood visionary. He's the emperor of denial, the CEO who cashed out while predators cashed in. And thanks to Chris Hansen, the world finally sees it. The empire of denial is cracking. And unless Roblox replaces its leadership, reforms its system, and faces the truth, Hansen's documentary won't just expose them, it'll bury them. Because at the end of the day, Roblox's biggest predator isn't hiding in the shadows. He's sitting in the CEO's chair,